Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 33 available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I saw Underwater, finally. It stars Kristen Stewart, Vincent Cassel, Jessica Henwick, John Gallagher Jr., and TJ Miller. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two. It is directed by William Eubank. He has directed, I think, movies called The Signal and Love. Never seen them, never heard of them. So, you got this research team miles beneath the surface of the ocean. Their research facility just implodes, shits the bed. So, they come up with a plan to try to get to another research facility to make it up to the surface. And it's like, there's like a 10% chance that they could survive. There's like a 90% chance they're all going to die. And there is something in and around the water that they had no idea was there. I was interested in this movie. Like, the trailers had my attention. You feel what I'm saying? And this is a Fox-made movie, a Fox-financed movie, shot in 2017. So I assume, like, right after 10 Cloverfield Lane, they just hollered at John Gallagher Jr. like, hey, like, you were dope in that movie. This has a similar premise. Not really. Kind of not really. And it, among all the Disney buying Fox chaos, it got delayed. Same as New Mutants. Except they never released like 5 trailers for this years ago. And like, I don't think this was a bad movie. This was a frustrating movie for me. There's this couple that sat right in the row right in front of me and had this kid with light up shoes who didn't sit still or be quiet. So that took away from it. But it's like, okay, guys, we need to go from A to B. But there's 1A, 2A, 3A, and it's like, it's not an A to B straight line. There's all these obstacles and diversions, and it like lost track. I feel like it started like, okay, we need to go from A to B, and then like something would happen and they would get off course. And then I feel like even the viewers are like, oh man, I forgot about this last station they're supposed to go to. They like remembered, like, oh snap, this was the original plan. And it's like there's no bad acting. Kristen Stewart is Kristen Stewart. Like, she is who she's been in everything I've ever seen her in. I think Jessica Henwick is very dope from Iron Fist. She's dope in this. TJ Miller has his quippy one-liners. He's the comic relief. And John Gallagher Jr. is like the geeky smart guy. Because, yeah, like the ending, that's why I'll give props. Like, the ending did something kind of different. And there's like 1 or 2 good jump scares. And like, I feel like the writers and everybody behind this movie went in like we kind of want to make it like The Thing and Alien and some kind of Cloverfield-ish. But I don't feel like there was enough importance put on the creatures. Because like, that's what this movie was like marketed as, like an underwater survival. Like, we're down here and these creatures are, wrecking everything. And the biggest thing about this is getting to that other location, but the creatures are just an obstacle that they have to get past. And there's no big emphasis put on, like, it would have been cool to know the origin of where these creatures came from. Like, kind of Pacific Rim-ish. It's under the surface, it's under the ocean floor or whatever. They don't put enough emphasis on what like these creatures are. And I don't want to get into it in case anybody like wants to see this movie, but like the creatures were interesting. To know more about the creatures would have been interesting. To have more scenes trying to escape the creatures would have been interesting. But like there's cool tension. It's tight. It's claustrophobic. Um, I just was hoping this movie could have been way better. So in my opinion, I don't even know if I'm set on this rating, but with all that being said, in my opinion, I will say that Underwater is almost solid. Um, I might go on Letterboxd and give it a 2 out of 5 instead of a 2.5 out of 5. Have you seen Underwater, man? What you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. Um, I recently posted reviews for Bad Boys for Life, for Doolittle, for 1917. Hope y'all got a chance to check those out. Next weekend, I want to see The Gentleman. I'm not confident in my theater that they're gonna get it. They got the last Guy Ritchie movie because it was Disney financed Aladdin, but then actually my theater's probably gotten every Guy Ritchie movie since Sherlock Holmes, but that's not saying. And they've gotten a lot of STX later, man. I'm rambling and thinking out loud because I really want to see The Gentleman, but I'm not confident my theater's gonna get it. And then the weekend after that, I might stay home. I might go see the Rhythm Section. I'm on the fence. Next Rec League episode next weekend. We're gonna probably talk Oscar nominations. We're gonna talk Super Bowl predictions. Mac Miller and Eminem just dropped albums. We're gonna talk about those, man. That'll be out next weekend, man. So stay tuned, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.